Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny, and today got a special video. Got some cards here, man. I got some what I would refer to as big boy cards. I know that these are some of my vintage cards that I've been ordering, and I know which two these are, and I'm kind of a little nervous to open them because I have chosen not to collect present day cards right now. The 2022 Topps Series 1. I am not pursuing it, just like I did not pursue 21 Series 1. I am not on any kind of wander hunt. I am instead focusing on some of my vintage sets. And the vintage set that I am currently focusing on is my 1971 set. And this is a big boy card or a couple cards from that set, and we're going to unleash the first one right here. I have, well, we'll figure out which card it is, and I'll kind of talk to you about what kind of money I got in it. We're going to do a kind of a slow roll here. Okay, plays for the Braves, Mr. Hank Aaron. This is maybe my third Hank Aaron. I have been putting off buying this card because this is what I would consider one of the big boy cards from this set. Card number 400, as you can see right there. I am buying these raw. I know that my friend John, Wade Boggs Collector, is buying cards. He's got 100 cards, $100,000. You've seen some of his stuff. And there's a lot of overlap in some of the cards I'm chasing, as opposed to the cards he's chasing. He's actually buying upgraded versions of these cards. I think I have 40 bucks in this card, and I don't know what it would grade out to. I don't know if it's had any kind of ink touch-up done to it. My hope is not. But, for me and my set, I've got a bunch of cards in these sets. And they're, they range from, looks like, they've been wadded up or a dog chewed them up to, some nicer stuff that would probably grade out at 8s, for lesser-known players, obviously. But this was a big one for me. This was, $40 card. And super glad to have it, super glad to add it. And at some point I've got a few of these coming in, and when I kind of get caught up on these, then we'll give a bit of an update as to where we are on these sets. So we're going to jump into the next one. The next one is what I feel like an equally as big a card. The individual that mailed this to me actually made someone sign for it, so my wife had to sign for this card. And it looks like I've got $30.24 in this card. And I felt like that was a pretty good buy. So altogether, you're looking at about a $60 video here as far as total cost. And it looks like we've got some Honey Crunch and Oats card stock here, which is kind of cool. I'm not complaining. I appreciate it. I got a super dull knife here. This is kind of a work knife, so you never know what this is going to be bouncing up against. The card is in there, and it's kind of taped to the frame, so we're going to see if we can't get this card stock kind of ready to where we can kind of just reveal it. You saw a little bit of a hint of it there. Big name pitcher, was a big name pitcher when I was a kid in the 80s. Had a 71 card. This is one of the most iconic, as far as I'm concerned, iconic baseball cards there is. Without further ado, it is the 71 Nolan Ryan. The 71 Nolan Ryan, as I pull some of this tape off without trying to mess things up, with that RC Cola advertisement back there, to me, is one of the most iconic cards. It's, for folks that are collectors, they recognize that card pretty quick. Now I will be the first to tell you that it is not in amazing shape. You know, but it matches the cards that I have in my set. You know, again, I'm just trying to have them all. And this is a fairly large set, but it is card number 513 from that set, and pretty stoked. To me, these were two of the bigger names. There's several names. I've actually been struggling. I bet I've bid on a Willie Mays. I bet I've bid on 10 Willie Mays here recently and not won them. I saw one Willie Mays go for $144. It was basically a $40, $45, maybe $50 card, but two people got into a pissing contest and they kept bidding over one another. And you know, and when that testosterone kicks in, people get stupid. And you know, I bowed out. I think it's $75. I was willing to overpay, but I wasn't willing to overpay stupid, and somebody doubled me up on that. So anyhow, so I've got these, you know, left, right's off a little bit, high, low's off. It's got some rounded corners. I can't afford a really good copy of this card. I think I got kind of lucky getting this Hank Aaron. But those are two cards that, as a kid, I'd never ever would have dreamed that I would have these in my hand, that I would have copies of these cards in my hand, in my collection. And you know, I can't begin to talk about how just cool it is to be a little kid that was collecting. You know, the name of my channel is 12 Again Sports and Outdoors, and I hope to get into some outdoor stuff. But these two cards right here really do take me back to when I was 12 years old. And I was looking in price guides, and I was looking in magazines and stuff, and talking about some of these older cards, and I was just like, dude, I will never have those. They'll always be out of reach. And to be at a spot in my life where, okay, as long as I'm not chasing newer stuff, I can go back and, you know, buy some of these older cards. I can go back and afford some of these older cards. So I appreciate my wife let me chase some of these down. I've got some more coming from 71. I've got a couple of big Reds players coming. And again, I've not given up on some of the other cards from this set. But guys, let me know your thoughts on these cards. Hopefully you get a kick out of these. You know, people aren't really showcasing vintage other than, like I said, John, and you know, there are a few people showing some vintage, but everybody's ripping new stuff. Everybody's out there chasing Wander, and it's kind of, I don't know, man. It's just, I think there's too many of them out there, you know. And watching what Tatis just did, getting in a motorcycle wreck and breaking his wrist. 20-year-olds do stupid stuff, and I don't know if a Wander's going to do that. And I made a comment on Autographs 2000 channel the other day. You know, Kevin Elster was the Wander Franco of his time. And he wound up being a really solid ball player. I think he played a dozen years, you know, and that's a solid ball player. But, you know, whenever he was a rookie, everybody went gaga over his stuff. You know, not just him, Greg Jeffries. There was a bunch of people, you know, that people just went nuts over. And I think, you know, if you're spending money, you're probably better off spending money on some of these vintage that are going to maintain value. I should be able to easily get out what I've got in them. And, you know, it's still tough, $60. I only have two cards, but man, they're iconic. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm going to cut this video right here. I'm going to celebrate having these cards for a little bit. I don't know when I'll release these videos. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're staying healthy. Guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Again, peace out, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.